Hi there, welcome to the latest episode of my 10-minute moan, and the topic of this 10-minute moan is this new allegation that Sadiq Khan turned a blind eye to the G-gangs in London. And this comes after a new investigation found evidence of cover-ups in the capital. And this news hit last night and a lot of outlets covered it. I'm going to use Sky News for reference on this one. And their headline was, Politics Live, Sadiq Khan's shameful grooming gang cover-up exposed as London mayor accused of turning a blind eye. Sir Sadiq Khan has been accused of turning a blind eye to great gangs in London after a new investigation found evidence of a cover-up in the capital. The investigation conducted by the Daily Express and My London revealed young girls had been RAPE'd in hotels by groups of men. However, Sir Sadiq Khan has consistently denied that these types of gangs had been operating in London. Details of at least 6 potential victims were documented in the pages of 4 different His Majesty's Inspectorate and Constabulary and Fire and Rescue Service reports from 2016 to 2025. Excuse me. The cases ranged from a 15-year-old girl being GRAPED by numerous men after going missing for 4 days to a 17-year-old being given alcohol before being GRAPED by several men. Shadow Home Secretary Chris Philp told the Express, it is clear Sadiq Khan is facilitating a cover-up. Reform UK's Lee Anderson added, this is real, credible evidence that G-gangs exist in London, and for the mayor to have potentially turned a blind eye is utterly shameful. The Metropolitan Police recently reversed its once long-standing stance that it had not seen G-gang cases in London. The Metropolitan Police recently speaking to Assembly members in City Hall, Sir Mark Rowley said that Scotland Yard had a steady flow of live, multi-offender child exploitation investigations and very significant number of cases that would need to be reinvestigated as a result of the Home Office's G-gang review. A spokesman for Sir Sadiq said the mayor has always been clear that the safety of Londoners is his top priority, and nowhere is this truer than safeguarding children. Strange, I'll come back to that in a minute. Sadiq is committed to doing all he can to protect children in London from organised criminals and exploitation, and bring perpetrators to justice. This includes his 15.6 million violence and exploitation support service, which provides specialist support to young Londoners who are vulnerable, caught up in or being exploited by criminal gangs in the capital, as well as supporting the Met to deliver new child-first approach to safeguarding and enforcement action to tackle county lines. We remain vigilant to the emerging and changing threats and will continue to do everything we can to protect children in the capital from abuse, violence and exploitation in all its forms. Now, here's the bit that's a bit crazy. Everybody will remember the London Assembly member, the woman, Tory. Can't remember her name, but she does fantastic every time she gets the mic. The amount of times she's asked them even to accept that they went on in London, and you've just simply refused to answer the questions. Now, if that's somebody that's, as they say, his ultimate responsibility, I mean, where was this nonsense? Sadiq is committed to doing all he can to protect children in London from organised criminal and exploitation and bring perpetrators to justice. When you cannot even answer a question or actually accept that these things have happened in your city, excuse me, how can anybody accept you pretending you're committed to doing all you can to protect children? There is a total ignorance, and it's not through stupidity. This ignorance is chosen ignorance by certain people in our establishments all the way through the state who just don't want to talk about these things. They find it unpleasant. And they don't find it unpleasant because it's a topic that they think they shouldn't talk about. It's because of the perpetrators. It is so blindly and blatantly obvious that the people who deal with these things the way Sadiq Khan deals with them are more concerned about upsetting the perpetrators in certain demographics of society than they are ever concerned or have been concerned about protecting children. Behind me is Glasgow Sheriff Court, one of Europe's busiest courts. And because of that fact, we'll see every week several members of the public and podcasters, etc., facing trials in here for a number of things. However, an increasing number are for posts on social media, videos on YouTube, etc., etc., etc. And for that reason and that reason alone, I believe it would make sense for everybody who does podcasts as a minimum to join the Free Speech Union, because they will help protect you when the law turns on you. It doesn't give you carte blanche to say what you want as a member, but it does give you the protection to help you when the law goes wrong. This is not now only something that should be considered by podcasters, because we are seeing more and more people each day arrested. Normal people who don't even see themselves as civilian journalists, arrested for posts on social media. So it makes sense to join the Free Speech Union, because we live in this country in 2025. So when I hear these virtual grandstanders putting things to print like that from their PR office, that Sadiq is committed to do all he can to protect children in London, it is total bollocks. And I look forward to a day when I have hope, maybe ridiculous hope, that someday somebody decides, do you know what, we're going after everybody, not just the perpetrators, but everybody who helped make it possible. And you do make it possible, because the numbers there, a lot of people think these gangs are an old thing. They have been going on for a long time. I've seen cases from the 50s and 60s. However, this says that there was documents in 4 different Her Majesty Expectorate, Constabulary and Fire and Rescue Service reports from 2016 to 2025. So it's still a thing. Some people have this misconception that these things only happened 20, 30 years ago. They are happening now. And when we have people tasked with being the mayor of a major city, the capital nonetheless, who want to totally ignore anybody asking them questions about it and kind of pretend that they don't understand the questions and all this nonsense bollocks, then you are actually perpetrating and not actually help stop these crimes. And if you don't help stop them, then you're actually helping them to keep going. And that is sick, sad, and disgusting. And I really long for the day where somebody who's helped cover up, somebody in a real high position, is arrested, charged, and sentenced for their part in actually letting these things go. Because you cannot have these positions of power that you so dearly wish for yourselves and then not use that power for the good. Turning blind eyes, ignoring questions, pretending it doesn't happen, pretending you don't understand questions on such a topic is vulgar, it's disgusting, and I believe it's wrong and illegal. And I do hope one day somebody gets arrested, gets charged and gets sentenced. But that's the problem. The problem we have is that the people, and I'm not saying taking part in these crimes, but help keep them out of the public eye, which in turn protects the culprits. These people are as guilty in my eye as those who do the crimes. They maybe don't get as much of a sentence, but they are still guilty, nonetheless, of helping these things go. Because if we dealt with them in the 60s, yes, there would still be a thing. Right? Let's not be naive, but certainly wouldn't be the numbers that we've seen since then. But society, through our state and the people who lead the countries and the law courts and all these places, have all turned blind eyes for decades. It's got to stop. It's got to stop soon. If you want others to see this video, click the thumbs up, put your comments below, hit the share button. If you've not already done so, please subscribe to the channel. And if you think you're subscribed, double check and see if you can click the subscribe button, because you might find you've unsubscribed, not through choice. However, more important than all that, unless you're the type of person that A, perpetrates these crimes, B, covers up these crimes, C, decides to ignore and look the other way, then not you. But everyone else, have a great day. Cheery bye now.